Ever wonder how AI can bring your imaginations to life in seconds? Whether you need realistic portraits, cinematic landscapes, text to image AI models are transforming the world like anything. But there are so many text to image models available out in the market. So, which one is the right tool for you? So, today we are comparing some of the most popular text to image AI tools available in the market. We will compare their strength, and I will also demonstrate how to craft a perfect prompt so that you get exactly what you want as an image from one of these models. So let's dive in. Text to image AI systems have evolved quite a lot. If you look at the past, initially we had very blurry images which are not at all appealing. But today, if you look at these models, they can generate hyper realistic, breathtaking artworks in seconds. And these text to AI models, they serve different purposes. Some of them are created for photographic images. You can generate them. Some of them are very specific to digital artwork, and some of them you have a lot of options to customize. So let's have a look at some of the popular names in the industry. The first one is Flux Dev Lora. Now, this is a model which will allow you to create very detailed, for I can say hyper detailed images with very specific instructions. If you are a concept artist or a professional who need a very detailed image, then Flux Dora is your go-to tool. With a proper prompt, it can craft the images which are so detailed that even the professionals will be satisfied. For realistic image and artistic composition, we have DALL-E 3 from OpenAI. Great for storytelling, concept art, etc. etc. It also supports in painting, which is like editing part of the picture. Next is Midjourney, which is great for cinematic and fantasy style pictures. I'm quite sure all of you might have heard about Midjourney. If you love rich details and dramatic aesthetics, then this is the model that you have to go for. Next is Leonardo AI. This is great for game asset, character design, and high resolution concept art. Designers and illustrators love this because it is highly customizable. Let's look at an example with the Flux Dev Lora. So as you can see, I have just opened this website called flux1.ai/create. So this is the Flux Dev Lora website, and you just need to sign up. It is absolutely free. I already signed up. I have an account. As you can see here, I have an account, and all you need to do is there is this Flux AI image generator. You just type the prompt and it gives you the image. For example, the default one you see is a dark-haired woman in her early 30s playing the piano, and that's the image. Now, let's try something, right? Imagine you want the picture of, let's say, a cyberpunk warrior. So I'm going to say a cyberpunk warrior in, let's say, a futuristic armor. Now let's see what it brings, right? So you can also select the image dimensions. I'm not worried about it. Let's hit run. I'm just going to hit run, and you can see it submit to Flux AI, and in no time you should have an image. Now this is an example where we are giving a very plain prompt. We're just saying that just give me a cyberpunk warrior, and you can see that it has generated the image, but maybe this is not what you really want, right? So if you need a specific image, then you have to be a little bit more how do I say, expressive in terms of prompting, right? You need to tell what you want. So let's look at the same prompt in a different approach. I'm looking for the same thing, but this time I want to be very specific. So we're looking for a cyberpunk warrior, but this time I really know how my cyberpunk warrior is going to look like. So let me show you another prompt that we're going to try. I'm just going to replace this here. And this time, look at it. So you can see there are a lot more details or information in this particular thing. Now, what did I do here that is slightly different? So the first thing is that defining the subject. So what do you really want to generate? So start by specifying the main subject of the image, and this is really important. So here you can see this part specifies the same. And if you remember in our earlier example also we had this, but we only had this, right? So I'm just saying that a cyberpunk warrior in futuristic armor. And now the second step is you have to describe the appearance. You need to give the details about the subject. So this can be like clothing, accessories, physical traits, etc. For example, you can say that I need a muscular warrior wearing a black and red cyber enhanced bodysuit with glowing neon circuits. So here you can see this part. See this? The warrior wears a sleek black red cyber enhanced bodysuit with glowing neon circuits. Now this is very specific to what you want for the warrior, and you can see his eyes. Oops, what happened? I mean, let me just do a Control Z. Sorry. So his eyes emit an intense red glow reflecting off his high-tech visor. Oh my God. I mean, I remember the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, The Predator, and you know, the creature that comes in that. Pretty similar, right? So you need to give details or describe the appearance, so to speak, right? And then what you can also do is, if you look at here, you can specify the art style. You know, when you generate an image, there should be some sort of an art style, right? For example, you can say whether you need an ultra realistic digital painting with fine details and cinematic lighting. You know, what kind of an art do you prefer? So here you can see that I'm mentioning the background as well. So the futuristic metropolis with towering skyscrapers, holographic billboards, flying cars. And then here specifically you can see that I'm mentioning the scene is lit with a mix of cool blue and warm orange reflections, creating a cinematic intense atmosphere. So this is what I mean by, the art style. I need some sort of like a cinematic one. And what you can also do is you can mention the setting and background. So in this example, when you look at the setting and background, you can clearly see that I have mentioned the background to be, futuristic metropolis. Here it is. Oops, sorry. Metropolis with towering skyscrapers. I always get that word wrong. I don't know, skyscraper I say, skyscrapers, holographic billboard. So it's pretty detailed, the instruction that you're giving. And it's also important that you set the lighting and atmosphere. So this will describe the mood, tone, or the ambience, right? For example, we say dramatic lighting with a mix of cool blue and warm orange reflections, creating a cinematic, intense atmosphere. So here you can see that here, if you look here. So how the scene is lit, the lighting, right? And then you have to also say the composition and camera perspective. So how should the scene be framed? Now, if you look at here it says, oops, the composition is a close-up, low-angle shot emphasizing the warrior's dominance with a shallow depth of field, focus on his glowing cybernetic eyes. I like it actually. So this is how you set the composition. You have to define the framing, the perspective or focus. Is it a low-angle shot? Is it a high angle shot? As much details as you can give, and you're going to get like the better image the more you give. And you can also add extra details for realism, right? So you can fine tune details like texture, reflection, or even the depth. So here an example that you can think about is, you can see here the last part where I say detailed metallic textures on the armor, visible scratches, realistic reflections on the wet street make the image hyper realistic. So the whole point is, rather than just saying I need a cyberpunk warrior, this is something that you definitely need because that's the main subject, and then you need to describe how the appearance is. So this is the appearance description, like sleek black, and you can give further details like his eyes emit intense red glow. Then you need to give the background, like how it looks like. For example, here you can see the background showcases futuristic metropolis, towering skyscrapers. I got that word this time right. And then you also say the lighting, how the color is, and what kind of an image it should be, cinematic. Then you give the composition, like what sort of an angle it is. Finally, if you want, you can give more details. Now this is optional, but if you want, you can add extra details for realism, like textures, reflections, depth, and all. In fact, what I did was I tried the prompt again just to see whether we are getting the same image. This is something I wanted to show you, and you can see we are getting a different image. So I mean, this is the basic prompt that we tried just without any details, and you can see we get another image, but again, this is not what we want. So let's try our prompt. I'll just copy paste the same prompt again. Now this is the detailed prompt, and let me hit run. Now let's see what the output is, whether it is in par with what we are expecting. It should be, because we have given enough details about composition, background, textures, and whatnot. Look at this. Now this is exactly what we asked, right? For example, you can see it is a cyberpunk warrior, and he has a black and red cyber enhanced bodysuit. That's correct. There is a glowing neon circuits you can see, and look at his eyes. They emit red glow, right? So that is something that you have mentioned. And you can see in the background we have a futuristic metropolis with skyscrapers and all. That works. And the lighting, look at it, it's a mix of cool blue and warm orange. Exactly, it's a cinematic shot, right? And this is a close-up low angle shot, right? And there is a detailed metallic texture you can see. So exactly what we have asked, right? So this is how you have to prompt to get exactly what you want. So how to write the perfect prompt for image generation, right? Step number 1, be specific. So instead of saying a city at night, we can basically say a cyberpunk city at night with neon lights and flying cars. Be specific. Second step, use descriptive adjectives. So words like realistic, cinematic, oil painting, or even sketch can completely change the outcome of what you're expecting. Third, mention the art style. Do you want a watercolor painting, anime style artwork, maybe manga, or photorealistic image? Be clear about what you actually want. Include composition details. If you want a character, describe their pose, their expression, background, and lighting. And last but not least, add mood and atmosphere. So terms like dramatic lighting, soft glow, or dark and moody help to set the right tone.
And that's a wrap. So in this week's Generative AI for IT Professional Series podcast, we discussed about text to AI models. We compared some of the popular names. We also saw practically how to write the perfect prompt to get exactly what you want. Now, in case if this is the first time that you're watching a video from us, then consider subscribing to the ITversity channel and like this video, share it with your friends, and let us know in the comments that what are the other tools you want us to explore in the generative AI area. Now in ITversity, we come up with tech content like this on a regular basis. So watch out this space, click on the bell icon so that you will be notified whenever we upload any new video. This is Raghu signing off. I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Thank you.